Greetings, everyone. Atma Vandan, Namaste, welcome. Welcome to day 2 of week 7. A wonderful, wonderful week where we are reflecting on our own thoughts, taking responsibility, and that too, knowing the truth that I am whole and complete. Just like one white ray, white light, it diverges into 7 different lights when it passes through a prism. Or we see it in the sky as a rainbow. What does it say? That one light created 7 unique, whole and complete. And each of the light has its own aspect. We see it throughout, all around us. So go out in the nature and find many more such examples where God is talking to us, reminding us its presence, deeply touching our heart every moment, reminding our own perfection, just the way we are. When the 7 colors play together, they look so beautiful. They never loses their perfection. So why do we think if we are good at something and we are still mastering some other thing? So that is where this chapter connects us to look your thoughts and see what if there's something that is misaligned. Maybe your awareness is not there, but your life is telling you to look back. And we started this practice in week 6. When we had a list of people to forgive, it means my creation is not perfect yet. Or in that perfection, I feel something that is not enough. And I want to live that or I want to move away from there. That is my choice. So this week we are revealing how my creation went far away from God's creation and I am experiencing what I am creating. And we have a long way from here. Whole part 2 is waiting for us to expand on this further, like the 7 colors of the white light. So today, to continue the journey, I would like to welcome beautiful, beautiful Nehaji, and really waiting for her to take on the session from here. Welcome, dear.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you everyone for being here today. Again, a very beautiful chapter for all of us and lot of things to absorb in this chapter. But before that, we have reached a very big and important milestone together that we have completed chapter 1, the whole part 1 together. So congratulations to all of you who kept going with the flow and believed in themselves and believed in the practices here. And I'm sure after this part 1 journey is complete, when we look back, we will understand that every week our experiences have changed. So our thoughts have changed. Reading and introspecting is one part of the journey that we read and we understand. But practical application is when all this comes alive. So this week also, the chapter has a very, the lot of information is delivered in a very condensed way. So do not put pressure on yourself to intellectually understand everything, because it will open up slowly. And this, I'm saying from our experience together, that those who have done the course 3 to 4 times, if we had like challenged ourselves that time or took pressure, oh no, I have to understand this, the wisdom would not have opened the way now it's been opening. So allow this to flow in your life slowly. Whatever you have understood, it's all good. Whatever has not been understood, it's also good. So just allow it to open with love. We are together walking on this beautiful inner journey. And today, I will try to provide you with my insights, useful insights that came through reading, and it may aid you while you are reading. So the chapter is a bit long, so bear with me today if I take a little extra time. So I again welcome all of you to the 7th week of correcting thoughts. And when we hear this word correcting thoughts, we immediately think of positive thinking, because many of us have already tried that. When we say positive thinking, we often try to just change only the surface level thought that, okay, I was thinking negative, so now I must think positive. And we are always in a rush to, kind of balance it out. But this chapter is taking us much deeper. It is not asking us to decorate the mind with very good sentences. It is asking us to recognize that seed thought, that belief, that filter, that vibration through which we are creating our experiences. So Babaji could have simply said, okay, look directly at the thoughts and change them. But before bringing us to this point, he has been like preparing the ground from the very first week. He first reminded us in the very first chapter of our basic truth, that we are unified. Nothing we do can ever change or has ever changed the fact that we are made in the image of God. So that truth remains unchanged. We are not incomplete because we have had a bad experience. We are not bad people because we have had bad experiences. We are already perfectly evolved at the level of our true self. And it said we only needed some slight correction in our thinking. So when the Week-7 speaks about correcting thoughts, it, it does not mean correcting or fixing who we are. It means making a slight correction in the thinking through which we are creating and experiencing life around us. So our truth is already whole, but our experience of that truth may have become distorted because that thought with which we want to create it passes through various filters, our own filters of fear, lack, judgment, comparison, separation. So that is why the word in the first week, slight correction, is very beautiful in that week. It does not mean that all our thoughts are wrong or everything is scattered everywhere. It means that somewhere in particular area of life, a small seed, a thought or a belief has moved away from God's thought. And because thought is the refined vibration of experience, even a small correction at that level, at that refined level, can change the quality of the whole experience. So Babaji is taking us to the next step, that if nothing about our basic truth has changed, then why are we not experiencing that truth fully? So to explain this, he reminds us in this chapter with the first line that everything in the universe began with God's thought about creation. So here God's thought does not mean a thought in a human like mind. In human beings, thought and experience often feels separate. We think something first and then later experience it. That's how we comprehend. For example, yesterday, the Shaileji gave an example yesterday that we first think of making a toast and then we make the toast. Yes, that is true. But the thought of making toast is not only about creation of toast in a physical form. The thought of making a toast opens a field of possible experiences that we can have with the toast. So the toast has all the possibilities to come out perfect. It may not come out as crisp. It may even get burnt. But along with the outer result, an inner experience is possible. I can feel satisfied, I can feel irritated, I can feel careless, I can feel peaceful. No, that is upon me. That experience I create, no matter what the toast is. So the thought is that subtle, refined beginning of any experience. It means that once a thought enters the field of creation, it carries possibilities. So the outer experience, whatever we are having, is shaped by many things. Like in this, the toast example, maybe my attention was somewhere else. The timing of the toaster or something. That's why the toast came out like that. But the more important thing is the inner thought or filter through which we actually we have met the event, how we uh, how we feel after some event has happened. So if the toast burns, the outer event is simply that it's a burnt toast, but the inner experience depends on my thought, that subtle field. So I could walk away uh, thinking in my mind that I always spoil things, or what a disastrous morning, I can't even get one toast together. So that experience becomes guilt or irritation. Or I could just walk away saying it's just a toast, I can make another one, I have enough. Then the experience is not heavy, it's light. So the toast example is actually was a very good example to understand something simple as that. So the outer event and our inner thought together creates a lived experience. So when the line here comes, the thought of something really is that something only at the most refined vibration. So we should not misunderstand it to mean that every small outer event, whatever is happening outside, is directly created by one conscious thought of mine. It does not mean that, I thought of burnt toast, so the toast burnt. The deeper meaning is that thought is that refined vibration of experiences we are creating. So the thought already carries the seed, that feeling, that experience. It is ingrained with it. Thought and experience is combined. So if a toast burns, the outer event is burnt toast, but whether that whatever is happening, it becomes guilt or irritation or self-blame, or I just laugh it out. It depends on the thought, how I'm responding to the situation. So Babaji expands this simple thing that whatever experience we are creating is not happening in isolation. We are not cut off from the creation. We are part of that marvelous, perfect thought. He says, that we are, in the most elementary sense, we are the thought of God. Rather, you are a part of marvelous, perfect thought that created all. So, we are part of that original thought of God, and the whole creation manifested out of it. So, trees, plants, water, mountains, animals, human beings, and so much more that our physical eyes probably cannot even see. Everything is expression of the same divine thought, having that uh, experience of God's qualities. So, every form of creation is carrying that seed of divine intelligence. So, and this example I gave, like in the Hindi group, like just like a child growing up in the womb of a mother is not growing separately from the mother, but it is being continuously nourished in the same womb field. In the same way, whatever movement the child makes in mother's womb is felt within that field, because child is within that field. Similarly, we are not separate from God's thought. We are not separate from that conscious field of God. So yes, it says God is not separate from his thought any more than you are separate from your thoughts. So God and God's thought are not two separate things. God's thought already carries the experience of godliness. When I was reading today, one thing we often say that you can take the Indian out of India, but you cannot take the Indian out of that person, no matter where he is. So that's how the God, whatever God's thought has the experience of all the godly qualities, love, peace, abundance. It's a inherent part. It is not separate, and we are also part of that thought. We are not outside of it. So we often think and pray to God from a distance. We think God is somewhere outside, but we are very much in the same field, having the same qualities. So these God qualities is not something foreign to us. It is part of our original nature. So that's why probably it is saying that you, in your most refined state, you are one with God. There is no logical way to understand this. So we have grown up that way, and we have seen things that way, that we often search for God outside, we worship, we seek, we look for God outside. But God's thought, original thought, the seed of creation, which has all the divine qualities, is very much alive in our most pure state. And that we have connected through the chapters our higher self, which is never which has never lost touch with its divine qualities. So it is our God connected form which is whole and complete. It is us, inside of us. So when our thoughts move through any kind of separation from these qualities, then it affects our experience, the whole environment around us, our relationships, and our harmony with creation. So if we are not tuned in with that original thought, we move further from the awareness of our true nature. So, says, as a part of that thought, we are complete in our essence. There's nothing lacking. Everything, we are all Sargun Sampan. So, nothing has happened to our true nature. So, reason we do not experience this truth is because the experience of this truth that we want to have, it is we create through our own filters of lack or comparison or lower mind thoughts, our beliefs. That is the mistaken thinking or erroneous thoughts that we have. So it says, his one thought contains the entire blueprint for the cosmos and every single atom and soul. So obviously everything in creation is come out of God's thought. It is existent, the God's thought. So even what we see out there, the universe, which is like the vast manifested form of existence, the atoms, the smallest subtle physical form, it also has those qualities. And also the soul, the conscious presence, which is experiencing all of it. Everything is made in that thought. So the divine thought through which the whole universe, atom, soul was created has expressed itself in different forms of creation as different aspects and different expressions. So our outer physical form is different. Even like from we may look different physically, we may appear different from plants and animals, but in essence, we are all the same and we carry all that God seed or that qualities within us. And we are also created to know everything contained in God's thought. That created everything. So, this paragraph is important that you can choose to think about any aspect of God thought you wish. You can tune in to knowledge about creation. So, the aspect part you can understand in two levels. That's how I related. That one aspect is what we see in front of us, the physical aspect, water, trees, mountains, animals, everything. They appear to be separate from each other. But the second aspect is the hidden behind that manifested form, meaning its divine quality, its nature, its wisdom. So, simply just looking at the forms or collecting intellectual knowledge about them is not enough. No, it says that we can tune into knowledge. So when we think about tuning into knowledge, we think about collecting information about past, future, knowledge about this person, that person, how the whole solar system works, or everything like music or anything. But in this day and age, it is so easy to tune into intellectual knowledge. When you have Chat GPT telling you everything about it. So here it is not telling about the knowledge that you and I refer to as knowledge, the intellectual part of it. Here it is telling us we can tune into the knowledge of creation. You know, for example, we can look at a tree and we can learn about it intellectually. Roots, trunks, leaves, oxygen, photosynthesis. But to know the tree as a part of God's thought means to experience the tree, experience what the tree carries within. You know, that the nature, the divine nature in the tree of giving, of patience, of abundance, you know, that balance, we can experience that. Because in the uh, most refined level, we are the same with the same divine qualities. So we can create an experience of love. So similarly, we can look at water and we can, probably know its chemical formula. But to know water as part of God's thought means to feel its qualities. The flow of water, the purity it offers, and the softness, the adaptability, the non-judgmental nature of water. We can always feel that because we can connect with that knowing of the creation. So, love, abundance, peace, or compassion, it cannot be just known by merely reading about it. Until we feel them, until we feel with an experience of life, they just remain knowledge. So, that is why the chapter is saying that we are created to know everything contained in the God's thought. So here knowing doesn't mean only understanding, it means experiencing, feeling. And it says that you can choose to think about any aspect of God thought you wish. So it means that we can understand creation more deeply if we choose to think about any aspect of God's thought. It is our will. If I choose to think about abundance and connect with a tree, I will see the qualities of abundance in a tree. So, creation brings some knowledge, some experience in every form. And when we are in heart space, then we no more relate to the outer form. We begin to recognize those divine qualities behind that form. Just look at, even if you look at a tiny ant from outside, it appears so small. But see how much intelligence that ant carries. It has a path to itself. It is looking for food. It is not thinking, oh my God, who is going to fend for me? It does not even think like that. It is working with its group. It is not giving up. And it sometimes carrying, you can spot that ant is carrying something heavier than itself. So there is a lot of cooperation, direction. There's a beautiful harmony that whatever that ant is supposed to do is doing. She is not thinking that, oh my God, the world is so difficult. So if you just keep observing these small things around you, how that little ant is picking up the sugar and leaving the rest, you actually connect to creation in a very loving way and create an uh, experience which was planned in God's thought. So same way we can see like these manifested, we can see in every God form, any manifested aspect of God's thought, there is this divine quality behind it. And we just need to focus our attention. And it says if you focus your attention, if you take your attention there, you can certainly experience love, compassion, joy, intelligence, limitlessness, everything, all of those qualities. And that was God's plan in his thought. So that as a creator, we experience those qualities. Um, and with nature, it comes very easy first because we can feel the interconnectedness very soon. So when we go in the second part, we will start with those experiences too. How to feel it, why we don't feel it also. That part also will be covered. So here they say this is the foolproof method of living in heaven. And heaven is uh, heaven is a state where we recognize our capacity as a creator to create those kind of experiences of abundance, love, peace, that non-judgmental uh, experience of love. So when we begin to see that every creation of mine begins with some thought, we naturally become aware of our thoughts. Then this common saying, to err is human, it, it changes its meaning. So in this chapter, error is not shown as a human nature, and we've been reminded of it in the past chapters also, that error is not part of human nature. Error is that when we move away from our true nature, that is the error. Otherwise, we are fully uh, complete in our creation. So, when I recognize my creator form and begin with some aspect of God's thought, such as all the qualities like love, peace, compassion, abundance, perfection, then my creation will automatically begin to reflect the same quality. So, even if you do the smallest thing and attach a thought of love, then the experience of love is inherent in that. You are definitely going to have it. It is together. So, if generally, what happens if I align my thoughts with my true nature, then all the forces of nature come to support me. And you would see it that everything happens in a certain flow. You may not know how it is happening, how everything is coming together, the right information is coming to you, the right kind of people are coming in your life. It is just simply happening. Nature starts supporting you because you are aligned with nature. You are creating thoughts from that place. So I will explain it later also with an example. So chapter is telling that if everything is so perfect, we are completely made in the image of God, then why does it not really feel perfect. When we look at our lives, we are still experiencing suffering. We are still suffering. We are still experiencing struggle. So, what went wrong? So, chapter says something very important, that nothing went wrong. Even your errors, struggles, and pain point to your divinity and perfection. So, this is a very important and beautiful line, and you take your time to uh, go into it. So, here it is saying that in our essence, there is no defect, there is no lack in God's thought. Whatever we created after moving away from that thought gives us an experience that appears to be less than perfect. So, when it says seeming errors, struggles, and pain point to your divinity and perfection, how would that happen? Because my struggle, when I'm feeling the absence of love in life, it, it is actually pointing to a deeper reality. Just try to kind of reflect on this thought that if my original nature were not love, then the absence of love would not hurt me so deeply. And if my nature was not peace, then the everything around me, the war going on or something like that would not hurt me so deeply. So it is not that I am full in love in a mental or emotional way, but love is already embedded in my essence. So when my experience around me feels loveless or I'm feeling alone, then something inside me is recognizing this is not my truth. I have created an experience through my thoughts that has taken me away from truth. So that is why the chapter says God is sovereign. And sovereign, we all know that it the literal meaning is monarch or king, right? So somebody who's not dependent on outside power. So God is complete, God is free, and He has given that freedom to us. He has given that quality to us. Sovereignty. God has given us the inner choice and the will that we probably there are a lot of outer events that are happening, but through a person, through a situation, but we always have the power to choose which thought to align to and what meaning do I attach to that event, that experience, and also from which thought I create my experience. So it is giving very systematically that the solution here suggested is start from God's thought with which we are one. It is already a part of me. It is available to us anytime. That choice is ours. That what we are going to choose. If we wish, we can tune ourselves to any aspect of God's thought. So the other day I had some guests coming over and I had the Hindi session too. So I woke up and I read the book and I was like, okay, let me uh, tune into the aspect of abundance, that I want to experience abundance today, the whole day, through whatever I do. So throughout the day, uh, and abundance doesn't only mean that I get a lot of wealth from somewhere, money from somewhere. It is a uh, it is a state of gratitude actually. So for example, some that day someone came home and I started cleaning things, arranging things, and I thought, wow, this is a good opportunity. I can reorganize everything and arrange things properly. And I started beginning to think that when guests come or somebody comes to the home, then usually my whatever I could not pay attention before, I can pay attention to that. and something different gets cooked also than the regular food. And I get an opportunity to decorate the house or set up things, just create a whole environment for the house. So in that moment, what happened, I was noticing that I moved into gratitude. I shifted into abundance. It was an opportunity for me. So the work remained the same, but the energy behind it changed. No, otherwise, sometimes what happens, thoughts start coming, and oh no, why these people have come now, or who is going to do so much work? And with this kind of thought, our whole experience changes. And because the welcome part did not start with those lower mind thoughts, when the guests arrived, it did not feel like a burden. I had lots of things to do that day, but it did not feel like a burden. Everything happened very easily, with lots of without any irritation or exhaustion, and the atmosphere of the house also changed. So this way you can see in your life how our thoughts, one thought with the experience of love is together, and how it creates the experience, right? So the chapter is saying that many times we have used our creator self through thoughts that were not aligned with God's thought. Therefore, we created experiences of sorrow, lack, struggle, or pain. But this does not mean that we are sorrow, or we are a failure. As like earlier I said, that the we are whole in our essence, so we are perfect in our essence. Our perfection does not change. Only the experience we created appeared less than whole. So in my previous example, the outer reality was only this much, that some people were coming to the house. So that event by itself is neutral. But if the same event meets with a lower mind thought, that there's already so much work, everything is falling on me, I don't have enough energy, why they just come without any prior notice, then the experience changes. It becomes very heavy, it becomes very, very burdensome. So the problem was not with the guests, and it was also not that I am incapable of welcoming guests, or I do not have any love or affection for them in me. It only shows that in that moment, the outer event met with the inner thought of lack, pressure, burden, and together it can create an experience which feels less than whole. So that is why the chapter is saying only when you begin with God's thought, you can be assured of perfection and all the wonderful qualities. So the same event, uh, because I started with gratitude, abundance, and the experience became different. I could experience God's qualities through that experience. So the chapter now takes us and tells us about truth and illusion. Just to understand, when we move away from truth, the experience we create may feel very real at that moment, but it is not the truth. It is an illusion, because we started from a thought that was not aligned with God's thought. So here it defines truth, that truth is what does not change, it has permanence. It describes the thought of God that created us and cosmos. That thought is truth. So only uh, that God's thought is the seed of truth. So here truth has been described so that we can just understand, when we live from truth, when we live from those qualities, the experiences that we create, they reflect our true nature. Then we are living from our truth. true nature is our inherent thought, inherent nature. From that initial seed of love, peace, abundance. And when our thoughts are aligned with these qualities, our experience carries these qualities. And any experience that moves us away from this inherent nature, it does not mean that our truth has changed. Truth will always remain. So it only shows that in that moment, our thinking moved away from truth. So here, let us just take an example of something that we all have probably seen, that uh, my son had exams last week. So maybe you can relate to it, that at the root of it, parents always have love for their children. They want their children to grow, to be safe, to be well, and we only want them to succeed. So the original feeling is love. It is inherent in a parent and a child too. So, but when I am reminding my son for an exam, or you can take in your context, it could be with any other person also. So two creations are happening together inside me. What experience am I creating inside myself? The root is love. But when I'm reminding the child for an exam and it is passing through uh, fear or comparison, I have this internal thought. I'm saying, okay, go study, go do this. As a parent, we do all those things. But and in the behind the scenes, what is happening? What if my child is falling behind? What if they fail? What will people say? Some thoughts like that. We have some our own insecurities that come, and belief systems that are always working in the background, that if I'm not strict now, then his future is ruined. I'm the mother, I have to do this. So inside me, the love for the child was there, but it gets mixed up with all the anxiety, pressure, control, or a burden, some sort of burden I'm carrying, and I'm passing that to the child. So the child may not receive the love very clearly. What reaches to the child is that filtered expression of love, especially in the formative years, which is actually shaping the subconscious mind. That is, so probably instead of, obviously, he or she will have their own filters to receive that experience. But these years are so important that in that time, the children don't just hear your words, they catch your energy. And then they have these thoughts that my value depends on marks. Mistakes are so dangerous. I have to perform if I want to love of my parents. So these kind of beliefs start uh, taking shape, and in that age, subconscious, and that we will probably, when we sit together, sit with the practices, we will see we have these thoughts, and they have been governing all our experiences, even in adulthood. So we have to be very aware of creating those experiences. Right? So the same guidance, just because we keep shifting. So some days when I'm like calm and composed, I can see that in my whole house, in my whole environment, I can see that. But days where I'm not aligned, everything outside, I create experiences like that. So Babaji is saying that you can choose to create with God's thought, or you can create a thought of your own, because God would not have it any other way. So, because you are sovereign, you have free will to choose your experiences. And here is saying you are creator. Whether you choose to create heaven or hell, that is still your own creation. And the fact that you create proves your divinity. So your creation may need some sort of correction, but the ability to create proves that you are made in the image of God. That's why you can create. So the chapter asks us that from today, we begin changing the nature of our creation. Make that creator more conscious. Change your creations to be exactly like God's thought. Then your creation, your life, and your experience are to have only God qualities. And we all want that. So if we begin with God's thoughts of love, peace, then wisdom, perfection, non-judgmental nature, then the experiences will follow like that. So here Babaji suggests that look at your creation and roughly know the thoughts behind them. So if there is a repeated financial crisis situation, any kind of debt, experience of lack in life, not only in terms of money, but lack of love from our kids, or somewhere you are just not feeling fulfilled, then it is not only an outer circumstance. Behind it, there may be some seed thoughts connected with lack. And it says in the sentences, you have thoughts of lack and you fail to realize the abundance in God's thought. So the experience of abundance is already there in God's thought. But somewhere this inner filter of perception is there of lack, that I'm not able to experience it fully. And what are those filters to just give you a and give you an idea? That we have these inner thoughts, beliefs that there is never enough, or money is very hard to receive. You really have to work hard to get somebody's love. And we have some we think they are very great thoughts, but they are lacking. They are actually restricting our experience. Like, I'm a spiritual person, I should not take money. It's a very we may think, wow, what a noble thought, but these are the thoughts, hidden thoughts, that actually not let us feel the abundance of God. So he has given two examples, that of lack of abundance, lack of wealth, and love, where there is a loneliness, or we are not finding the right partner, or being cheated in a relationship, anything like that. So there could be some hidden thought that I'm not worthy of love, or I have to behave in a certain way, or uh, we think something not truly aligned with God's thought. We think, I don't deserve love, I don't want love, I don't want marriage, I don't want. We have these thoughts. We don't know what the creation is offering us. We are just stuck with that channel, our own channel. And I do want love, I do want, on the outer we say that, yes, of course, I want abundance, I want love. But we always attach that love, that abundance, that this is how that person will make me feel loved, or it is going to come from outside, that thing will make me feel abundant. So the chapter is saying that your desire is not wrong. Yes, you want love, you want abundance, you want knowledge, because these are God's qualities. You cannot get rid of that desire. It's saying you cannot get rid of it because it's there in you. Wanting them is not your weakness. It is just the call of your original nature. You just want to experience what you already are in that pure state. That is why sometimes in spiritual path, especially, we try to suppress our desires. But we have to be very aware to look at every desire which is coming. Which divine quality do I want to experience through this? And if those qualities are not appearing in our manifested experience, then Babaji says that perhaps some of the thoughts are hidden in the subconscious that are denying our creation. So now the question comes that how do we know what is hidden in the subconscious? It's like a storeroom which is full of boxes and we do not know what is inside which box. So the chapter says that until now it has been probably difficult for you, but now this systematic method is given. So first start by looking at your creations, whatever you have created, good, bad, whatever. Without that, actually, the good, bad label, just start looking at your creations. So, and especially look at those experiences till date that keep repeating in life, that keep coming back, and ask that from which thought this might have been created. Uh, that's the question we'll ask in our quiet period. So right now the work is not to change it. We just have to recognize that. And coming chapters, we will learn the right way to correct it. So at this time, only seeing why are these divine qualities that I desire are not appearing in my experience. So which seed thought, which pattern is working behind it? It is very important to know that because it shows us which quality you want to experience, which thought is stopping that quality from manifesting. So they have given a very systematic process that read the lesson every day, read every sentence slowly. And this is not only about reading to understand, but the repetition that we do it slowly, the old ways of mind, they dissolve and a new kind of tuning starts to happen, which is all this whole book will keep you aligned with God's thought. Every chapter, every word will keep you aligned with God's thought. The more you are in the self awareness of your true nature, more it will become easy for you to do all these processes. So, 2 quiet periods are recommended here that focus on the heart, receive the higher self signal, and ask that what are the errors in my thinking. And whatever that thought comes, be ready with a pen and paper, write it down. So, recognition itself is the first step. And error is, it is not saying look at the thoughts as good thoughts or bad thoughts. Error in my thinking is only that where my thought was not aligned with God's thought, where I moved from truth. So, in the second quiet period, observe the thoughts which you have received and also observe your whole day, and from there maybe you have had some experience in the day, and then you can probably ask higher self that from which thought that experience has been created. So throughout the day just observe your experiences. Maybe you can also take in some experiences in the past which are coming in a repetitive way. That also you could do. So, and the third practice is before sleeping, we remember all the people in our life and we understand that as a creator, we invited them to give that experience, whatever experience, good experience, bad experience, anything. So, with that understanding, we send them love and take the credit and responsibility of that whole experience to it should be taken by you. It should not be in the blame game mindset. So I was thinking that why there are 2 quiet periods, why they have to be done separately. So in the first quiet period, the higher self may just reveal a seed thought. Suppose I cannot depend on anyone. Then in daily life, we begin to notice this same seed thought is creating experiences in all areas of my life, in my family, work, money, relationships. This seed thought is creating experience. Even in my spiritual practice, The seed thought is creating an experience. So the branches may look different, but the root is the same. So then when we sit with that experience of the day, whatever we had, we can identify again. So this is how the pattern needs to be understood. So this week we don't have to take the pressure that we have to release a pattern or correct something, nothing like that. Just see the thought and hold it with love only. No, you have to be non-judgmental towards your thought. Like this thought of I cannot depend on anyone. This thought may have come through some past experience where we felt unsupported, we felt ignored. But at that time, the mind may have created this thought just as protection. Ki, let me not depend on anyone, otherwise, I'll get hurt again. But now, that same thought, it is a filter. Now, even when support is available, even when people are there to love me, I'm not able to recognize it. Even when somebody is helping, I will always doubt it. So just identify, and you will find the thoughts that have worked for you. You can write them as well. There's no harm because we have our own definitions of good and bad thoughts, but we don't know actually which one is working for us. So just be neutral to your thoughts and write all the thoughts, especially the creation, especially the feeling of lack and a feeling of lack of love or wealth or anything like that. That's the focus area, but you can write whatever thoughts or beliefs that may be preventing your experience. So it's going to be a lot of fun working with yourself. I would conclude here and wish all of you the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so patient.
It was such a beautiful explanation. So good. Thank you. Thank you. I always enjoy listening to the explanation in detail. This is so good. And you have been very quietly introducing a lot of gold nuggets in your talk. So this session is worth repeating. Listening to Nehaji today will um, give us lots of beautiful little snippets of thoughts that we can actually cherish them. You can reflect on those thoughts and feel, wow, so good. And the the one that I want to again express my gratitude for is that one which you said was, you can take an Indian out of India, but cannot take Indianness out of an Indian.
Yeah, and that
So
was the same. Yeah.
now, where is that Indianness stored?
Art
Indianness,
space.
it is in the mind, in the thoughts, in the subconscious programming that has been done, and it doesn't go. This is what that saying is explaining, that to erase that subconscious is really, really very difficult. Right? That Indianness is actually embedded so deep within us, right? And then Indianness itself has so many variants. All Indiannesses are not same. Like my Indianness has Saxena-ness in it, it has Hindu-ness in it has North Indianness in it has all kinds of nesses in it. And together we are calling a package of Indianness, right? So imagine how many varieties are there. And when I go start digging deeper within me, I am able to find South Indianness in me. I am able to find East Indianness in me. I have all those. I mean, like the way I understand Kolkata, those who have not lived there will not know how Kolkata is. I have known Kolkata in the very depth because I lived there in my childhood. So I went into the deepest gully of Kolkata, the poorest slum of Kolkata. I have been in there and I have experienced it. So understand this, right? it all gets embedded in us, in our value system. We call it value system or the belief system. And that is what defines Shailesh's expression in this entire space. The way you see Shailesh today is a mixture of everything coming out of the subconscious, where everything is embedded, and how it is reflected out is through my behavior, how I behave. That is what tells you this is Indianness, right? Very easily somebody can recognize, this guy is an Indian, right? So that's how our identity gets defined by our belief system. And now in this chapter, we are beginning to look at it. We are not making changes yet, because it is not one solution for all of it. Changes will have to be done selectively at a point when we are ready for it. Right now, we are not even ready for the changes. So, right now, we have to simply identify, well, okay, this defines my Indianness, this defines my Indianness, this is all that, whatever you are able to recognize, just make a note of that. And trust me on this one, this is real. When you have done all that, leave it, close your notebook, leave it. Huh? And later on, 1 week later, open it and read. Your own writing, just 1 week later, open and read it. You will be amazed at yourself. Oh, I didn't know this about me. That's how, like, you are now going to know yourself better. See, it is not that the title is little misleading. The chapter title is a bit misleading. We are not correcting anything yet. Actually, these are thoughts that may need correction. This is how I would call it, right? They may need correction, may or may not, right? It will depend on how you tackle it. At some point, when you have gone to that, the further foundation is slightly wider, then you will be able to decide. On your own, you can decide. The important thing is recognizing, oh my God, this is what I'm carrying within me. Every day is a revelation. Every day, right? I have done this. This is the fourth time I'm doing the course. And in 3 years, I've been repeating, and still I am way behind. So, like, imagine how much is there within us that that thing is really um, stuck to our system so integrally that we are not able to separate it out. But it shows. It shows, and I can recognize, right? It just pops out in my behavior. And I recognize, yes, it's there, but I am not able to do anything with it yet. There will be a time. So some things, they exit from my system when they have done the job. But some things, probably I still have more to do with that. This is why I said we may need to correct it. They may
Sometimes
have
just looking
relevance
at
even
those,
now. Uh,
sometimes just looking at those thoughts only, they get resolved. The superficial ones that comes and
yes.
goes. But the
Uh,
deep-rooted pattern, they take time. So this
correct.
exercise itself, that is why it doesn't ask. And when Shailaji said that you go and look back your thoughts after a week, you will see many you dropped already. The moment you wrote it and you recognize it, no, 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 no. I don't want to go there. I know. I've been telling my son, my somebody, and I'm living that. So
Uh,
mostly those are the thoughts that we tell others, and those are our own pattern because we know it.
uh.
So
During chapter explanation, when I am explaining things to you, I'm answering your questions and stuff, the kind of things I'm saying, I later on evaluate myself on that also. Am I actually living it? Some of, I would say most of it comes from my actual experience, but then there are things that come out which are actually indications for me. They are they are kind of signals to me
guiding
that how
compass.
about this?
Those are just the expansion, guiding compass.
Ah,
Like, it
yes,
brings in
yes,
our awareness.
So
yes.
they
So,
also like come to us because probably we need to work on them. Otherwise I would
ah,
not picked up them as examples. They came to
correct.
to us like that.
Yes, exactly. So, just some of you probably may be thinking, well, I am not able to get this. What is going on? So much this is going above my head. Please do not feel less. What I'm saying is, despite all this I am putting in, I am also there with you only in the same boat. Okay. I am also working on myself, and every day I find something new to work on. Every day. So know that this is an ongoing process. You have just started it. It will continue for a very long time. So just be aware of that and be sort of supportive of yourself. Support yourself. Okay, I am not going to give up. I will continue. I will not
But
give
one
up.
thing I have changed in these many years is that initially it used to make us feel uncomfortable, like you would feel unsupported. It will shake you up. It will make you feel naked, basically. But slowly, when you accept the perfection that I am, that was introduced in week 6 and continuing here again, you understand the concept of creation and your core essence, then it doesn't become a bottleneck or heavy, anything like that. It is just knowing and passing, just the way Nehaji said that you take a toast, burnt toast, put it in a trash, get another one. So that is how just move on. Things are sitting there waiting for you. And nature also helps us to release those blocks. They are already working on that area. We are not aware. They will put situation, the nature will create situations, circumstances, people around, and those blocks will be gone and we don't even realize. What is important is from where Nehaji started today. Don't feel less. There's no perfection, no end, no beginning. Just continue with the same composed, calm state. Do it. Doing is important. Do not judge yourself. So the
Mm.
God quality was given particularly in this chapter as non-judgmental. And it's very, very, very crucial to move forward from here.
Uh, the toast example itself, like Nehaji so beautifully explained it, that outcome of a burnt toast was initiated in the thought itself. You wanted a toast, but with what intention you started? What was your state? That state got incorporated in the micro part of that thought. And that drove your actions such that you get a burnt toast. Toast didn't burn just like that. Your actions led it into that state. So that experience you can get, right? So to have that experience, you definitely had a thought. It was embedded inside the desire to have a toast for breakfast. But at that time, if you were in a state of grudge, for example, it got incorporated in the toast to give you that bitterness. Understand
I've
that
seen
our
this many
thought is
times.
that deep.
Burnt food reflect our anger.
Whatever. So all I'm
Or
saying
like
is
that
just
instant.
know that my thought goes into that level. But I say that I didn't want a burnt toast. I can't even recognize how I burnt the toast. I don't want to take the responsibility also. Oh my God, this always happens. Right? That is the difference. This is a subtle understanding that we have to develop. That my thoughts are that critical. In what state am I thinking? Even that is important.
So
That's what
it's very
gives
much
the
connected.
manifestation. Hmm.
It only helps. We think bad about the burnt toast, but as you said yesterday, we are expert manipulator of energies. So that anger that I said was sitting inside, it got burnt into a toast or anything that I'm cooking. So it
Uh,
got released because my awareness will tell, okay, see what happened. You would know when you are aware, step by step, as a evolving, aware
yes.
person. And you will laugh at it. And then you'll say, no, 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 I don't want to do that anymore. Your anger will remind. Any little cut, burn, hurt, banging here and there, these are all for us to come to the present moment. Check your thought. You would see that something was making you irritated. And you are not in that aligned state. So recognizing these things are joy. Actually, you can see it as joy when you are aligned and in God quality, or you can judge yourself and see what a word of folly. I still don't get it. So we have to drop that attitude and then take it very casually, laugh at it, and then move. Okay, thank you for
Yeah,
telling me.
that's the best way to go around thoughts. Because if we become like, oh my God, I have to watch over every thought, then then we'll never get
You
to
made,
deeper insights. Uh-huh.
you say you made my life miserable. I'm only in my head watching my thought. No, we are
Yeah.
not.
And that itself will become an experience of irritation. So, watching your thoughts. So,
So
The
the
just
concept
it
the
of higher
becomes
self
easy.
is given for such reason. You go there
yeah.
and you sit, and when you're lovingly, that higher self suggestion comes, oh my God, it just melts everything. Without that,
But
it's not possible.
yeah, one thing is to constantly watch your thought and be on top of it. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is be in your heart space, your thoughts will automatically align.
Mm.
Mm.
This is what we are learning in this chapter. That how do you ensure that you don't even get there? One thing is to fight every thought. But the other thing is make sure that at the root of it itself, it doesn't get generated by shifting to that space where your
Heart,
thoughts are naturally in alignment, right?
your
That
heart,
is the message.
we are actually not in the heart space mostly. And sometimes many of you have also shared that when I try to center myself in my heart, I don't get there, because there are thoughts in middle. And that is what we want to catch. And that has to be done very lovingly, gently. Okay, it's okay. I accept it. No, I'm not feeling that pulsation. I'm not able to center myself. I feel frustrated, irritated. And then what? Just watch it. That we learned in first 24 days that, okay, missing sensation, that's okay. I don't have to rush for it. It will come on its own automatically because that's me.
Uh,
That refined state I exist in God's thought is that only. My sweet, gentle pulsation that I
uh,
keep expressing all the time.
uh,
So wonderful. And it's worth repeating and going like 1 hour long as a revision and many detail explanations and your own reflection or own contemplation. Everything is just taking this slowly, gradually deeper and deeper. And I can just tell that with my experience, how I am understanding unified this time is again a deeper level. Like how Babaji made this flow and how it is coming and how it is put together. Mind is able to see that lower self and higher self separately. It is no more a concept now. It is a lived experience that we started creating 3-4 years ago. Right? So that is how it will happen. It won't go and you won't become feel like you're doing it easily every day at once. It might be easier than what we went through, but definitely it just takes our own awareness, and that's the only effort we put. And that's the journey of being on the spiritual path, to be aware. And that is on our own self, not what others are doing. Others' experience as for us to reflect on ourselves.
so Nehaji, take us further from here. There is a hand raised, Jayashri ji. So um,
Yeah,
we
we'll take
let's
that.
yeah, yeah.
Namaskar, Preeti ji, Shailesh ji, Neha ji, everybody. I just learned something from your talk. It was really eye-opening. So what happened was I had a root canal day before yesterday, and because of the cavity, it took them long time, 3.5 hours. I come home, I'm hungry, but I cannot eat because my mouth is numb. I'm throbbing, whatever. And then I thought, okay, let me prepare some khichdi material so it would be easier for me to eat. And then I will try to take Tylenol and lay down. So when I was doing that, I had a whole glass bottle of moong dal in my hand. I am hurting, throbbing, hungry, and the bottle slipped from my hand, and I have glasses, small pieces of glassing and moong dal all over the kitchen. And instead of doing something, I got so frustrated. I'm like, damn it. On top of all this now, I have to clean this. Half an hour it took me, and then I cleaned and I took Tylenol and laid out. And I was like, why? Why? And I just realized from you talking that I was probably not in my present mind because I was hurting and I was hungry. So I think that's what it taught me to be in present mind, then probably it would not have happened. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Today, you ask this question to your higher self in the meditation.
Ah, ask it. This is an
Okay.
experience. You want to now use this experience. This is basically the result. Okay. Now you ask the teacher that, okay, you gave me these many marks. What was the reason? Okay. So
Okay.
you are going to ask your higher self, tell me what thoughts of mine made this happen.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Perfect. So, yeah. So, Nehaji,
Yes.
let's continue. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect example, and anybody can pick up any of those
Yeah.
event from the day
Ah,
and then just be ready. And be ready with pen and paper as soon as Nehaji poses that, ask your higher self. Don't wait for any message. Just open your eyes with heart centered, start writing. You will see it will come.
And while guidance, I may give some prompts that can give you an idea of what kind of thoughts that would be, but I'll give you time to write your own thoughts. So let's prepare ourselves that for the process and also to remain aware throughout the process. So keep a pen and paper with you. And if you want to drink some water, then you please do that. And just be comfortable in your own environment with your own self. Just take a minute to stabilize yourself in this moment with your breath. And as you close your eyes, feel this relaxation already, which has started happening in your body. Since a lot of thoughts, a lot of discussions were going on, let's just come to this inner space, sacred spot of our being with 3 deep breaths in and out at your pace, in your style, however you want to relax. Come to this moment. Just be aware in the space that you're sitting. Just mentally seeing yourself in the room wherever you are sitting. You are safe, you are centered, you're in the comfort of your house. And everything in this moment is whole and complete. Perfect. As it was meant to be in God's plan. The purpose of coming together in this space is not to fix our thoughts, but just have a loving awareness to see what moved us away from the experience of God's qualities. Whatever the experience may be, it never defined us. In our essence, we are created in God's thought and with that experience of love, abundance, peace, joy. Like a small seed has been planted within us to blossom. We are a flower of heaven in full bloom. Let's remember that. That is our truth. And we are created with the same thought of God that created everything. So we might feel separation, but we are always interconnected with everything around us. At the core of my being, I'm not different from the galaxy, the stars, the universe. The intelligence behind them, the changing phases of moon, the rising of the sun or setting of the sun. Everything happening in perfect rhythm, coordination. Feel this interconnectedness, this vastness of creation and you experiencing this vast creation. Fill your aura with love. Lots of love towards the entire creation. Lots of love to all the uninvited influences in the creation. Somewhere, if you're not feeling centered, just clear your aura and rock it, knowing that all uninvited influences in my aura are created as love. They have no fear, no pain. And my higher self, please take them to the perfect place. I request of all of you to go in peace. Close my aura to all except my higher self. Feel the lightness in this moment. Where all those thoughts that we were busy with have disappeared somewhere. But at any time, if they come back again, you can clear and lock your aura. Or just say, I send love to all thought forms around me. Completely come to this perfect present moment where you are tuned in that pulsation, that rhythm. That is constant in the creation. Let us tune in ourselves and ground ourselves in this moment by tuning in one aspect of creation, which is our breath. Feel all the God qualities that exist in our breath. God is love. I am love. This breath flows in my body like love. Each cell of my body is God-like. For God itself. Vibrating in love. Nourished by this breath. Cherished by this breath. Connecting me with the entire creation God is peace. I am peace. Breath moves into me as peace, peacefully doing its job and leaving, coming back, going. Slowly changing my state into peace. Not rushing. God is abundance. I am abundance. Breath teaches us abundance in so many ways. It keeps channeling itself one after the other, one after the other. You never feel out of breath. Before even I think to do something, breath is already present. God is non-judgmental. I am non-judgmental. Feel your breath. It is always ready. It is always present. No matter what you think of yourself, no matter how wrong things were, still came to you, still giving you life, offering you love, offering support. That's the compassion our breath has. God is creator. I am creator, sovereign creator. Breath doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to the entire existence, expressing itself in different ways, different forms. Once you connect with any aspect of creation like that, you only feel gratitude. You only feel connected with everything in creation. And how everything is so perfect in its own divine, beautiful way. Feel one with God. And at this moment, recognize your higher self. Recognize its signal, its presence. Your inner alignment reflects the state of your higher self. This all-knowing intelligence within me knows where I moved away from truth, where I created experiences that were less than whole, less than perfect. So with complete awareness now, keep your pen and paper ready. And indicate to your higher self that today I want to know the thoughts, the thought patterns that have been creating these repetitive experiences. And ask, may take higher self's name and ask, my dearest higher self, reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. And let your higher self communicate. That non-judgmental part of you communicate. You just receive, even if it's one thought. It's okay. And it could be any thought. I am not enough. Or I don't have enough. People love me when I'm useful to them. People are selfish. I'm responsible for everyone's happiness. If I don't do well, people will judge me. Or it could be thoughts like spiritual people do not need money. Or money doesn't grow on trees. That's one belief we have grown with. So just watch over your thoughts for a few minutes and write them. Just to make that subconscious thought conscious. I'm not beautiful. I'm not young anymore. What's like that? Just be neutral to the thought. No need to feel bad about it. Lots of fear. What ifs in life? If something goes wrong? If it doesn't work out the way it should? Lots of comparison. I'm left behind. Not able to understand things. Any such thoughts? And once you feel there are no more thoughts like that, just give a minute to yourself to see the entire day and the experiences you created, which created a feeling of irritation, frustration, guilt, comparison, loneliness. Or any other previous experience that you may want to write or bring your awareness to that event. And watch yourself as a creator creating that experience. Maybe some of you may not get the thoughts. You might feel some body sensation. It is just a thought. Needs to be seen. It's okay if you can't see the thoughts now. Just focus on body sensations. We'll open up later. Another quiet period. Now, gently ask your higher self again. The question related to the event. that caused anger, frustration, irritability, or any experience that didn't seem right. Just ask, my dear higher self, let me know the errors in my thinking that created this experience. And watch those thoughts come by. Was there judgment? Was there comparison? Was it lack of love? Of anything? Just be watchful and write it down. Remember that you are a creator and you used your free will to create those experiences. That's all. No good, no bad, no right, no wrong. You are still in your divinity as a creator. Just be aware of the event, not getting lost in its story. Just asking for what that event, how it was created, what thoughts created that event. Write them and know that you have watched them, recognized them. Know that your all-knowing intelligence is very much helping you place these thoughts just to find out which divine quality we were seeking. Now bring that event or any person in front of you who gave you that experience, a pleasant one or a tough one. It was all created by your thoughts. Recognize that you are creator. The entire experience. Knowing this truth, give love to that person. Knowing that life is for giving love. If we are in our truth, then love is just an expression. A natural flow. And in this moment, let's thank our higher self for the guidance now and throughout the day, throughout our life. Always telling us where we have deviated from truth. Let us thank Babaji for letting us recognize this truth of our being in such a loving and compassionate way. Like a child is receiving continuous affection from the mother or father, continuous guidance to be loving to yourself. Let's be open to receive whatever wisdom comes through this chapter when we read it on our own. And live it through our experiences. Just be thankful to the entire creation who is supporting us in this moment. Our immediate family members, our friends, our community, our house, the roof above us, the laptop, computer, the mobile, everything is supporting us. Just so that we just be in remembrance of our divine qualities. And with that knowing, now gently close your aura by saying, I close my aura to all except my higher self. So this knowing of truth remains, and illusions have no space. Now let's take a deep breath in and out, and come back to this beautiful body. Feeling your body one by one relax in a relaxed way. Know where to rush. in your own time. Imbibing whatever we have learnt about ourselves. And watching everything, every thought with love. Slowly move our hands. Slightly open your legs and keep both of your palms on top of your eyes. And just say, I am love. I am one with God. I am unified. And slowly open your eyes and come out of the practice. Thank you for the experience today. Thank you very much, Masters. Grateful for this group energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Nehaji. Please take some time and make your notes. Anything you want to complete. Beautiful pointers were given to help us identify the thoughts that is missing God qualities, not aligning God's thought. That's the easiest way to see our thought. Initially, it might feel difficult, but as we learn, as we practice, it will become simpler and easier, and it will be a fun and joy. So just take it lightly and do your part. There's no end to it.
Let's hear Jasmeet ji.
Vandan, Kailash ji, Preeti ji, and Neha ji, thank you. Thank you so much for the beautiful session. And thank you all the masters for being here. Yesterday, I had filled a lot of pages with the wrong thoughts I may have. And I was feeling very good. So I just wanted to ask, this basically unified, and these type of sessions are to work on ourselves, on our heart and mind space and whatever wrong thoughts or uh, beliefs we have. But today I was very disturbed in a sense that throughout the meditation session, I was thinking about my immediate family member, about his well being, about his compatibility at work, about his insecurities, like being a mother, being more worried about. So I know after a stage, we have to let our children lead their own life and face their own experiences. But why is it that, yes, I know you're going to say it is attachment. Attachment after a stage is bad. But still, I don't know why I keep going back to his life, to his. Somehow there is a guilt in me that maybe I was at the peak of my career and I was busy and I did not devote or could not devote that kind of a time. And that would have affected his mental health and his personality. Somehow I always feel I am responsible for what he is facing in his life today.
Correct.
So I do not know how to come out of that guilt. Whereas the younger child is just 2 years younger to him, and touch wood, he's like absolutely fine. and I'm good with him. But somehow, with this child of mine, I am always worried, and
Mm,
there is a fear. Now I recognize the various emotions and my this thing to an extent that sometimes have a lot of fear that if I speak to him, he will bounce back and he'll say, "Oh, why did you have to say this? Why did you have to say that?" And it happens.
mm.
Sometimes then I feel, oh, I do not even know how to communicate with him. I mean, of course, take everything to me, and I feel, is it because of me that things are not going the way they should have been?
Mm.
So, is it okay to, instead of working on myself, I'm working for him? I'm sending him love and light. I'm sending him, okay, he gets along with his colleagues well. I'm just thinking the whole world I'm creating as if I'm in his place, manipulating all that things which the problems which he has, and I'm like, making them all right. As if I don't know what all I go through. A lot of these thoughts and things in my mind.
Yes, you are ready to become Prime Minister of India. You, all the problems in the country are your responsibility now.
No, no, no,
Right?
no.
Huh? What else? Or maybe you can become the Prime Minister of the globe, the entire world. Everybody's problems are your responsibility.
No, it just
This is
happens with him, Salishji.
this
It's just
this
with
is a
him. I'm telling you, I have my younger son also. It's not with him.
uh,
But
then
today I was like too much
then it
about
is even a
this.
bigger problem. Then it is bigger problem. You are so partial. My goodness. How can you? I will tell you a story. There was a lizard, chipkili, right? And it was always on the ceiling, always on the ceiling. So when other lizards from the neighborhood came to see this lizard, they would always say, "Well, why are you constantly up there? Why don't you go around and find things? There is so much more to see." And this lizard says, "Well, if I move from here, this ceiling will fall." Right? That is the story of all of us. We assume responsibility for
Yeah.
something that is being, and knowing fully well that I have no contribution to make in it. I'm not contributing to it, but I'm still enjoying being worried about it.
No, I don't
Right?
enjoy worrying about him. I feel bad.
If you are not enjoying, you would leave it. Actually, you don't even know at a subtle level you are enjoying that pain. You have gotten used to it. This is what we are trying to identify now. Don't worry about solving the problem yet. We are not solving the problem. Solving will be done in the next part. We will do the solving also. The
Right.
book will gently guide us through the process of solving, but the fundamentals have to be clear. I am not responsible for any damn thing on this planet. Understand that. Not even your body. You are not responsible for anything. Know this very clearly. The one who has created in just one thought everything is much bigger intelligence than what I am, right? What am I doing here? Does the tree outside think anything like that? No. But it is very much integral part of that creation. Tree just keeps on standing there, enjoying its own being and being what it is. Just grow, just create more leaves. When the fall comes, shed all the leaves. If somebody wants to cut one of its arms, fine, it just gives it away and then regrows more branches. Right? That is what the entire nature is like. It's the nature of nature. And we are part of that. We are not different. We assume. You understand the word assume? The
Yes.
meaning? Do you know? ASS of you and me. That is the meaning of the word assume. Right? We make an ass of ourselves. This is the problem. We should not assume anything. Assuming always. We definitely, assuming is a very important step of learning process. However, assumptions have to be validated. So you assume, hang on to it. Like in this book, we started with assumptions only. Hang on to it and then prove it. Don't discard it. Know that I have assumptions standing there and I'm working to validate that assumption and be focused on that validation process. And that's what we are doing, right? So the unconscious assumptions are really bad. They keep giving us trouble like that. And we are right now digging it. We are just digging it. Now you are finding, well, okay, I have this bias for my elder son, right? That also understand that elder child is always special for all parents. It's not just you. Why? Because that is their first experience of being a parent. So it is definitely a shift, a step change in their own life. That can never be disconnected. That will always be there. But at the same time, know that my worrying is not helping anyone, right? Actually, it can cause problems even for your child about whom you are worried. You can validate it also. If you have
How
thoughts, oh yes,
how do you
your
say if I
thoughts
worry it's
match.
going to, yeah, the thoughts, the energy,
Okay,
basically that
yeah,
energy
okay.
goes.
That
Mm,
thought will
mm.
manifest
Yeah, true,
because it
true.
is supported by your fear inside. Your alignment is there with that thought.
Mm,
So we have to be extremely cautious about all our thoughts which are not aligned with God's thought. All our thoughts that are not aligned with God's thoughts are actually aligned with our inner system. Because the inner system, the belief system, was created by drifting from God's thought. So that's why those things manifest right away. So be very, very careful. The toast will burn. If your
mm,
inside your fear is there, the toast will burn. It will manifest. Right? Good things don't happen. People say, "Oh, I want money," but it doesn't come because this is not in alignment with that drift that you've had from God's thought. Your subconscious is completely constructed out of misalignment.
mm.
How I
Yes,
see
know that.
this experience, because today when I was into my meditation, I remembered my mother. Now your first son and my mother, they are same, right? They are like too much close to our heart. And then I had this thought, why, if she is creating this experience again and again, how am I connected? How do I see it? So seeing with truth is only one frame. That belief system, what he is saying, that has many frames, right? In that one truth, he is the creator and all his experiences are there for him, right? And with that experience, he will realize his truth. However, the journey could be like this, many lifetimes, what happens, what not. That love and light, that what we have learned has to be equanimous. Send it across every day, but not putting my own thoughts and expectations and worries and whatnot, what I want, how he should be. What is a successful life in my definition? No, nothing. Remembering in truth is the key. That is what we are on, that path. And seeing that for everyone is a creator. So I shared this example a few weeks ago that when I asked Babaji, how do you see us? And you see everybody making misery for themselves. They are God, they are creator, they are creating for themselves. How can I change? I can prescribe something. Practice this, do this, and if they don't, it's their journey. But there also there is no failure. Life will guide everybody, right? We create one experience and then there's a consecutive experiences and we learn from them. One day we change. That's the way, that's the patience time you have to wait, and that is also, it will help you evolve in your spiritual journey. You will start
They
trusting
say,
nature more.
yeah,
You
they say
start
that
trusting life more.
only those people come to spirituality because of two conditions. जिनको दुख की निवृत्ति और सुख की प्राप्ति चाहिए होती है, वही स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आते हैं. This is
Correct.
what
And
no,
both these things
all
are
of us want. Yeah.
both these things are two sides of the same coin. दुख की निवृत्ति will create सुख की प्राप्ति automatically.
But I won't know. I mean, it sometimes it just happens in your life. You just keep resonating and vibrating. You really,
Yeah.
when I entered into it, I didn't know what it is. I didn't even know what meditation is, what people do, why they do, what will happen with that. I had no assumptions, even no knowing at all. It was just my first taste. And I entered into that. Yeah, definitely I was into pain, but I was not able to manage that pain. So when I closed my eyes, I went deep, but I had no expectation that why I'm going to do this. So that's like removing those common statements. I think that will help you to take it positively. Like Buddha was not a weak person who felt suffering of others' suffering. This is your case here. He was
The
strong, he was
important thing,
compassionate.
yeah, knowing is important. Gyan is important, right? So Gyan is not just intellectually knowing, but also applying it into life. Learning becomes solid or your part only when you apply it. The knowledge applied becomes your learning. So this particular experience that you are having, feeling worried about your son and then feeling guilty for feeling responsible, all this is happening within you, in your mind, right? But in the process, you are also creating challenges for your son, constantly manifesting challenge in his life. So two things are happening now. Your son's life plan must have been that he will have a mother that will constantly create challenges for him so that he can grow. That could be part of his life plan. But that's not your issue. Understand that. You
Yeah.
have to be focused on self. Well, what am I doing? Right? My thoughts are manifesting, they are creating my reality all the time. Constantly, whether I know about it or not. This is why we are now becoming aware. Wake up. Well, okay, focus your awareness on your thoughts, what is happening there, and make a note. Just make a note right now. We will solve each one of these problems in the days to come.
Yeah, I've noted
Right?
today also. I've noted a lot
Yeah,
of
yes,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Just note
Mm.
it, shut the notebook. Right? No further dwelling on it. Just note and shut the notebook. We will deal with it.
You
Yeah.
know
And
what
trust me,
happens actually? Sorry,
you will
sorry.
find
Yeah.
it much easier when you stop interfering with your thoughts. You will find it much easier to go through. You will see him changing every day. Just keep that practice, what we have been doing, sending love and light. Whenever you
Mm.
remember, whenever you feel worried, whenever you feel, tell yourself, why? You don't have to worry. His higher self is guiding me. He's guided. Create that energy instead of feeling him lost and disguised. Just send your energy that he's guided through his higher self. You see that
Yes.
experience changing.
I think for many days you feel that you're progressing good, you're doing good, and you feel I've felt very happy. Suddenly, then something happens one odd day that you feel, oh, whatever work you had done has I've gone back. What did I do? These are the challenges in your life. ना आपको लगता है कि बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है, everything I am really progressing well. और फिर जब actually these type of challenges come, you feel कि सब fail हो गए, हम तो एग्जाम में fail हो रहे हैं,
नहीं
किया
नहीं
नहीं कुछ
फेल
भी
नहीं
ठीक
हो
से.
गए नो दैट हाँ सी दिस इज द ब्यूटिफुल पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ इज मेड सो ब्यूटिफुली सो आई वुड से वेल डिजाइंड that these things are part of our growth only. So the moment everything starts becoming good and you start enjoying, right? You are not growing now. Actually, you have stopped growing. Now you have become steady state, plateaued, right? After this, next step has to come. so that you can further go to the next level, right? That these challenging situations are those steps.
So,
They just remind you, well, okay, here is the earthquake. Now see how you deal with it. Okay, and then you say, okay, fine. I realize that okay, I am the creator. I created this earthquake in my experience. Fine. What is it that I was thinking? Once you go back from your experience, revert back. Right. That's what we are practicing this week as well. Right. Second aspect of our first thing is to get the thoughts. Second thing is you also focus on your experience during the day and then ask the higher self, well, okay, what thought of mine caused this experience? Reverse engineering, right? So you can always, in your next quiet period, ask your higher self, well, okay, tell me now, why did I create this experience of pain relating to my elder son? What is my thought that is driving me in this direction? What is causing this experience? Ask for it and you will know. Your higher
She has
self will
brought
tell.
a very important point here about spiritual progress. We really tie ourselves with that. Whenever जब भी कोई weight loss program में जाए, then we will keep checking our weight. So that's the same thing when we are doing some meditation or unified course or working on thoughts. We keep evaluating ourselves. But the beauty of unified course is that chapter number 1 says one to accept today, right now, Vartaman in present. You are the image of God. Who are you trying to change? Change will happen with nature. So that is like, manipulating us. We are not in that being state. We resist the change, we resist challenges where we have to be, just be. Even that God is getting this challenge. How is it dealing?
yeah,
Why am I
so
lacking of
nice.
something, or am I, thinking of something else, creating my own fear? Am I accessing those pool of wisdom I am given, the essence that I am created it with? And it takes just awareness. Shift will happen gradually once you start focusing, and then we recognize, then go back and then work upon. Your notebook will help in that. So it will be a
Yeah,
two-step process, but
it's I have a
definitely
big fat
Great.
notebook where I write,
Good, good, good.
and I
Good.
use a
we
Uh,
lot
all
of
need that.
colored
We all need
pens.
that. सबको चाहिए अपना
I use
चेक करना
जी,
है spiritual
correct. There's a
progress.
bag full of. I especially bought lots of colored pens. Every different thought I write with a different color. It's a very colorful diary.
Good. Now, also see a beautiful thing you need to note about your own experience now. From your own experience, also go deeper now. Understand you have two sons. About one of them, you are so worried. About the other one, you are not worried. Right? Think these two souls chose you as the mother. Right? One of them chose you as the mother because he saw the potential of getting a bunch of challenges in life through this mother. Right? The other one saw the potential of a carefree life from the mother's side. You understand? Mother is the same, but the potential is there in the mother to go this way or that way.
But
And
Salishi, this is a
you are doing
story
that.
of,
You are,
yeah, this is a story of every mother. I'm sure whether somebody will speak or not, but every lady who's a mother here
hmm.
worries about children. मतलब एक के लिए
Hmm.
ज़्यादा, एक के लिए कम,
Huh.
किसी के लिए
Yeah,
ज़्यादा,
yeah.
depending upon what is the requirement of each child
Ah,
or how
ah.
the personality is.
Yeah, so you said the right word, requirement for each child. See, you have definitions here. You have definitions that if this criteria is met, the child is safe. If this is not
No,
met, the child is in danger.
like you see, सपोज दो बच्चों में कोई दो रोटी खाता है, कोई एक खाता है, माँ का
Huh,
प्यार तो दोनों के लिए सेम ही है। उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट
huh,
दो रोटी खाने की है तो उसको दो मिलेगी। ये बोलता है मुझे
huh,
नहीं खानी तो उसको एक मिलेगी। इट्स नॉट दैट
huh.
दैट differentiate between the two children.
Ah,
It's
mother is the same.
mother is the
Correct.
same.
Yes, so know that. So mother is the same, but mother has the ability to create experience.
But that experience, I won't as a mother, you will always like to create a good experience for your
Like is
family
different.
members.
What you like to do is only here, conscious level. In your subconscious, what is sitting? You have a
Subconscious
bunch
level,
of
it is
reels.
love.
That
It is
that
love for your
Indianness,
child.
Indianness is sitting on top of that love. The love is in the basement, underground. It on top
So
of it is
Saliji,
sitting your
gone are
Indianness.
those days when you can you can do that helicopter your children. Gone are those days. Children don't
But you are
want
still,
your
but you
advice.
are still doing it though.
No,
You are saying gone are the.
I'm not
You
doing
are
it. It's just that
no
when you
no.
say
You are
something and
not.
that emotion comes.
What I'm saying is you are not doing physically, but in your mind you are still doing the same thing.
No, I'm not trying
And
to control them. I'm not trying to
but
uh,
helicopter doesn't control. It is only watching over, constantly watching over, constantly watching over. That's what it does. Understand?
because he needs to speak because he calls because he is like
Why?
a
Why? How do you decide for him?
he doesn't go out much. He does not have
So
friends. He does
what?
not speak.
So
So as
what?
a parent, you talk to him every
Why?
day. We talk to
Why?
him,
Why? Ah, that is an assumption that your job is to do that.
or he also
How
calls up.
o-
I mean,
how
it's one
old
and the
is the
same
son,
thing.
by the way? How old is your elder son?
Oh, 35 years old. He's
And you still call
35.
him a child? You still call him a child? Where is
No,
the
no, no. He's an
problem?
adult. He's an adult.
But you are constantly calling him a child. Your mind is keeping that information. He's not a baby anymore. Realize that change is there in life. You got to move with change, right?
नहीं but tell me अगर आपका बच्चा दुखी है तो आपको दुख नहीं होता है आपको भी somewhere in the heart you feel कि oh he's got this issue okay but
हाँ
then
हाँ
you move on by reassuring yourself okay it will become okay ये भी ठीक हो जाएगा this will also change this will also pass it's just
बट
that you
दुख दुख नहीं होता है अब नहीं होता पहले होता था आई यूज टू बी वरीड बट नॉट एनी मोर नाउ आई कॉन्स्टेंटली feel confidence in the way nature is taking care of me, and so is he being looked after. As I am being looked after, why will he not be looked after? There is a much bigger looker looking after somebody who is caring. There is a much bigger one who's caring for each, right?
yes
Who am I? मतलब बेगानी शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना, huh? So I don't have to do that. Not necessary. I'm just becoming broker. I will make the deal done. We don't have to. That transaction is happening naturally, automatically for each one who exists. We
Trust
are
me,
just.
truly, with experience, what have changed, Shaileshji, or my own experience, I can say I know that sending love and light regularly, whenever you think, whenever you remember,
Ah,
transmute all your worries into that.
so
You are
this
the
will be.
master of energy changing machine. You are that.
Ah,
Why to
yes.
put that?
So this is a practical behavioral change you need to consciously incorporate now
ji
in
Saliji,
your.
I've been trying and I'll try more
Ah,
I'll try to
no,
do better
now simple. Now no more trial anymore. We
mm,
don't have scope to do mistake anymore. We are perfect as we are. So simple formula is that anytime you get a thought of worry about him, or maybe anytime you just even think of him, first thing you have to do is stop. I sent you love and light. Do it with love, with feeling. It's your son, you will have the feeling anyway, right? So do it with love and feeling. Just become stationary instantly. As soon as you get the thought, stop. When I'm saying stop, stop mentally and physically both. And I send you love and light. You are an image of God. You are perfect
beautiful
as you are, right? Like I am perfect as I am, you are perfect as you are. That's it. We will be learning all this anyway in future chapters, but I just told you one thing you can start doing right away.
Ji, I
Just
will.
We have
stop
been
and
doing
do
this
that.
for long. And one more
Yes,
thing, this for
yes.
this particular week, you want to note down your conditions
Mm.
that makes him less, that makes him not perfect, that makes him your support is needed for him. This is your work here to note down all those conditions where you think he is not perfect or you think you are not
Ah,
perfect.
exactly. Such a beautiful thing
It will
Preeti has
solve the
said.
problem without
Ah,
doing anything. Such alignment creates such a harmony.
yes. Just note that
Yeah.
how you evaluate him to be less. Just that much, right? Lovely.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
this is this is so good. It will help. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks. I've taken so much of your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jasmeet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Jayaji.
Yeah, hi, sir. Hi, Preeti ji. Uh, I don't know, since the last 1 week, I'm thinking, did I actually do the course last year? Because whatever I'm listening to this year is completely different. It's and the workbook has been magical because it has helped us go deeper, me go deeper. The questions were not easily formed in my head. Like
Mm,
it would specify, but it was not as understandable
mm,
until the questions were asked. So you pay attention to yourself. So I wanted to share that, like you said, 2012 was a very um what do you call revelation year for you. I think Preeti ji had mentioned. So that year, I lost my third kid. He was a stillborn. And when we found out, I had an instinct to go to the hospital to check whether, what the baby's doing. And the doctor told me, the nurse told me, I'm so sorry, there's no heartbeat. And she got worried. And my doctor came from the airport and he was like, are you okay? Are you fine? I said, yeah. He's like, did you fall down? I said, no. He said, no, why did you come? I just checked you 2 days ago. I said, I don't know, instinct. So he said, okay. And then my mom came to the hospital to sit with me. And then she told me, ऐसा भी होता है, ये भी गुजर जाएगा. This too happens in some people's life. This will pass also. Don't worry about it. This is one chapter of your life, not the entire life. So it's okay. Close that chapter, but you have angels sitting at home. Don't forget that life has given you so much, and let's focus on what life has given you.
mm,
Then this child has come to teach you something. What did you learn? He came to give you appreciation of your life and the life around you. So before him, I had a fight with my daughter every day because she was pretty rebellious at that age.
mm,
She was going through a lot of change. And after losing him, I realized that I have a friend. So every discussion, every argument became a discussion. Then whatever she said, I said, really? You think so? Or you're smart enough to decide for yourself? If it was your younger brother to do it, would you allow him to do it? Would you think it's necessary? And she suddenly stopped fighting. She suddenly stopped yelling because I changed. So here also, I feel don't wait to lose somebody before you realize life has given you so much to be thankful for. He Because of him, I joined Chinmaya classes. Because of him, I became a teacher. Because of him, I learned to appreciate everything around me. So, and then Mama said he finished his work, so he decided to go back. So
mm,
I said that also made sense. Um, so that was one thing I wanted to share. The second thing was, after doing Unified, my son was in a bar and he was trying to protect a friend. Five, six men, strong men, came and they attacked the kids and they only hit him. The other kids got small bruises, but he got a major hit under the eye, but three, four blows. So it was
Hmm.
really bad. And he calls me at 4:30 in the morning and he was like, Mama, I'm really hurt. And that's it. There was blank. So for a second I thought, oh, okay. And that moment it came. My mom always sends me Sai Baba holding a little baby. So I said, so in this book it says, you ask your higher self, you ask the universe. So in that time I said, God, you take care of him and I'll come. So we went to the doctor, we went and sat there. I was there through all and that's the only thing I was doing, sending love and light. And I was like, this is his journey. I cannot control what he does outside. And he's a very calm person. It's not something he has aggravated, or because of him the fight was. He went to protect somebody, and his friends were all there at that time. But anyway, he got hurt. So that's when as the doctors were talking to me, and I thanked each doctor, each nurse who gave their time, each person who all his friends were there to support him, to help him out, to strengthen him back. And then the doctor's like, we might have to do surgery. So for a second he went, I was like, it's okay, we have doctors, right? We have people to help us out, they know what's better, let's wait for their decision. So he calmed down immediately. So being in awareness is so helpful. And then my daughter has gone to study in the States. So at that time, I had asked that at times I have that fear. How are the children going to manage? They said, you don't trust the one who has created the universe. You trust you can take care of them rather than God can take care of them. I thought, no. So then, whenever you are upset, whenever you are disturbed, you say, God, you take care of them. So here they say, you send love and light. So, and then when they were kids, whenever they would ask me, Mama, what should I do about career, or which university, or what subject I told them, I'm not as smart as you guys. This is modern day of living. What I studied, I was different. Follow your heart. Your heart will give you the right answer. Sit down quietly, note down what you want to note down, get up in the morning, write it down, and you will get your answer, because the answers are all within you. So now when it's saying it in the book, I was like, at times I forget to do the same thing, but this is. And then when they were very little, I was very tensed that if something happens to me, how will they manage, because I lost my dad pretty young. So my mom said, "You think we didn't survive?" Dad was very worried. On the last few days, they had to tie him down. He had all pipes everywhere, and he was worried how my wife is going to manage two little kids. And Mama was 26 at that time. Um, and she said, "I'm fatter than before. I'm healthier than before. I'm smarter than before. So if I can manage, then anybody can." So then they told me in satsang that you say, God is always there for you. Like a parent always says, no, beta, don't worry, I am there for you. So never put I am there. Say the universe is there for you. God is there for you. Because when you're not around, they're in school, then who's there? You are there, you're not there. So I thought, oh, that's very nice. So letting the universe take over helped me remove a burden. I thought, मैं ही कर रही हूँ. I am there, everything. If not me, then who? But when I let go, it's so much more beautiful now. Also, they are changing career paths. One of them is changing life, is going to a different country. And people are asking me, aren't you worried? I was like, worried about what? Life is to celebrate. Let them do what they want to do. They'll learn what they want to learn. So life becomes so much more easier. Now, first it was I have to take care of everybody. Now it's I take care of myself and the world takes care of itself. All
Hmm.
I have to do is send them love and light. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I wanted to share that.
Sending love and light. So sending love and light is what? Has anyone thought of it? Sending love and light is what? God is love and God is light. So when you say sending love and light, you are sending God there. right?
Yes.
So God is at your service.
Yeah.
Let God do things.
Yes.
Also, the concept of higher self is so personalized, Earlier, I can tell with my experience, God concept is okay, yes, but in a broader sense, right? But this higher self concept is too personalized with everybody. And when I know my own life, how it is being shaped, even when I was in, pain, I was going through tough situations, struggles, that was also my higher self's plan. And that only helped me to come out of it. And then that is like, it's if you understood that, it keeps that trust that you can let it live with your children also. So what you're sharing is not easy for many, the series of experiences you have shared, but the deeper value that were ingrained in you, that somebody is looking after you. Don't feel that you are lost. Don't feel anything is going ever wrong. It's a
Mm.
strong belief system, and it's also truth. It's God quality, it's God's thought, God presence. So this is really inspiring for many. And when you were sharing, I was just collecting what I can learn from it.
Yeah.
Because living that experience is a different thing for everybody. Saying and learning is one part of it. Living that
Yeah.
experience is totally different.
And we don't start living it on day one. It's a process, right?
Yeah.
So like I was very easily able to tell Jasmeet ji all the things, but I wasn't like this right from beginning. It has taken me 60 years to become like this,
Yeah.
right? So it's easy for someone to tell you, oh, don't worry about anything. But for you to come out of that pattern that you have inside you takes time. So patience and time. First thing is become aware. Becoming aware is what we are doing now. Then we'll work on those patterns as to, okay, how do I come out of this entanglement? That's all we are doing here. So not easy, Jasmeet. Don't feel intimidated or discouraged that, oh my God, how am I going to do it? No, you can do it. I have done it. So you can do as well. Each one of us can do it.
Our
Also,
success, our way of living, they are like a benchmark. And from
Yeah.
there, we start calculating everybody around us. And that is where we make our life miserable. That's, that's all.
also,
Good.
when we remind ourselves that we are perfect, whole, and complete, so are others. So is everything around me.
Mm.
So anytime you feel the child cannot do something, you say, "Arey, you're a whole perfect being. Like I can do, you can do." So,
Yes.
I had shared before also that I was very scared of my father-in-law. He was a little extra big in size, a little rough at times, very nice, caring also, but that fear was there. So I had asked them, I said that I'm going after 1 month, and I'm like, there's a tension building up in me. So they said, just send him blessings. You see, he's become older. He doesn't go out of the house. Where else will he take out his anger? Of course, he'll take it out on the people around the house. So just be patient and send him love. So I said, by sending love, sending blessings, you think it'll work? So the head that time told me, of course it will work. I have tried it out. So I said, okay. So the whole month, every time the thought came, I said, I bless you. Whatever happened in the past is over, finished. I bless you. And when I went there, it was the last time I got to see him, got to interact with him. And he was so different. He didn't raise his voice once also. He had become very gentle. He spoke very nicely. And I saw a different side of him. I said it was my reflection showing in him. I was mirroring what I wanted to see in him. So now, when you say you manifest, you actually mirror what you want to see in the other person. And
Yes.
so that was magical. And I thought, oh, it can work. So it works with everyone.
Hmm.
So I've tried it out with my friends also. I thought maybe it's just for me. So my friends who have had issues with someone in the family or anything, I said, let's try that. It worked for me. Why don't you try it out? And then the other person comes back with, oh my God, I can't believe it. And now the mother-in-law says, Meri jaisi bahu sabko mile. She's so nice. And in the beginning of her marriage, my friend brought mithai, and the mother-in-law said, "You want me to get diabetes? You brought mithai for me," and she threw it in the bin. And my friend was a little like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Um, and now she said the whole time she's praising me. She talks to her son. She says, "Hello, yeah, okay. Where's my daughter-in-law?" So she wants to talk to me immediately. So there is a complete change. If we change our thoughts, the your perception, whatever, your outlook of life, your belief in life. There are times when I shake a lot, and then only like Jasmeet ji said, no, that there are days when there are so many days when I'm happy, and then that one day. Can you imagine? Before it was 100 days of unhappiness. Now it is so many days of good and one little shaky day. No problem. After rain comes sunshine. Let it rain as much as it wants, and then sunshine will come again. It helps you realize where you are standing, where you are, how to change, what to change, next level, next chapter. Yeah, new formula. So everything's good.
Thank you.
Enjoying the
Thank you,
rainbow,
Jayaji.
sunshine, clouds, and everything. So that's the
Yes.
way of looking at life. Not just
Yeah.
easily we create one belief. Yesterday something happened, again happened, and we think, okay, this is the way things work.
Yeah.
But what if we learn through our changing our, when we change our thought and we make this as a belief, things changes outside. I don't have to say anything to anyone. And the one thing I have recognized that accepting our perfection, our wholeness is the biggest thing that Babaji says already, but it changes everything. This is the most important one. And take a moment, take out your flower of life that you have colored. See it. Get the message from that. You will see how you see your life and people around you, how they are connected. Because when I was coloring, I didn't even try to color one particular flower in one color. I knew that, it was my hand was taking both the colors, mix both the colors. Even in one petal, there were two colors. Not in one flower. In one petals, there were two colors. Because that is how we are interconnected and we help each other. By knowing each other, we know ourselves more. And that is in that big circle that is where the flower of life remains inside God's thought, God's experience, expression, both. So that will reflect you a lot. What we did last week is my own reflection of life and people in my life and everybody around.
Thank you, Jayaji. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Swastika ji, you can share. Yeah.
Well, like today, I was more aware of the thoughts and experiences
Hmm.
as said in the book. And I also wrote down many things. And one thing that I felt was like, whenever, I found that I want to be seen as weak. Like I want people to acknowledge me as if she is a weak person, and also but also appreciate. Like I was connecting with my colleague, and I could just like I want to come out of the. I have this. I want to be strong. This is the mentality, right? I am a strong person, but whenever someone doesn't acknowledge me, if he sees, no, like what, fragile, I feel bad. I feel like they should be aware of my fragility and still consider me strong. That kind of thought that I felt. And I was always repeating the same kind of sentence. Do like I cry easily, and I don't know why do I cry, even in front of people. Like, and I always say like I'm always saying I cry easily. I'd never try to not say it, like sticking to one pattern. So I found that. And you're like, why do we cry? I mean, when we're conversing, well, there's one thing that we when we say it's okay to be vulnerable, right? Like you don't have to put a strong face. But again, is it necessary that we show our vulnerability to everyone?
So when you were born, what was your first expression?
Crying, like it was.
Cry. That's
It
the only
was
way you can express yourself if you do not know the language. When you were born, you didn't know the language that people around you were speaking. You didn't know it. So you expressed yourself through crying. So crying is our natural expression. Nothing wrong with it. It's a social pattern that is imposed on us. Oh, don't cry in public. You show your weakness by crying. It's all wrong, incorrect. Actually, crying is your true expression. Anybody who's crying is actually at that moment in truth. Know that. You can't cry if you are not in truth. That is your true expression. So, crying is a beautiful. When somebody cries, I feel so good. I am here with the nature, the truth. So, uh, crying is always, we have to remove those barriers that we have from our social patterns, right? The belief system that has been created. Right now, another very important aspect, since you are saying, when we are making note of such of these thoughts that we are asking our higher self to tell and it's coming, we are noting, we don't have to blame anyone, neither self nor anyone else. No blaming here. We are only becoming aware, right? It's only for awareness, not to judge. Always remember that. Once you become aware, then you can deal with it, right? So the only purpose of making note of these things is to become aware. Okay? Don't judge. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Yesterday,
When you know that nobody is judging, I am not judging, you will be very true, very open about it.
yesterday, you remember Shailesh said somebody is crying, then she said that it's sanitizer.
Sanitizer,
It
yes.
it cleans everything inside, from inside. There are tears of two many types actually. They look like tears, but there are variety. Sometimes it
Uh,
does cleansing part. Sometimes you receive so much that you can't hold. You feel less. And that is a beautiful one everybody wants to have all the time. And it is happening actually. We are not receiving, but the kind of service we are getting from God, that I said, like we are a pampered child. We have more than what we can even ask for. Every breath and so many things, if you start looking, then we will cry out. Every moment we'll cry out. We don't really,
and
sometimes I stop myself. I don't want to go to my heart because I am not ready to cry right now. So I put that condition also. That's the one that you're saying, that I don't, why I have to be vulnerable? And without being vulnerable, you cannot learn. And when you trust in that vulnerability also, you are perfect. That's the courage. That's the way to move forward from here, from now. And I learned this from Louise Hay when I was learning from my initial classes of meditation. So it helped me a lot. I'm not depending on anybody to, tell me that, okay, you do this and you do this. This is good for you. I started making my own choices, knowing success or failure, they are all equal to me. It's a big thing for at least at your age. It's a big thing. It doesn't mean that you be careless, but being more centered and aware, you can make your better choices.
Also notice that as we grow, our crying reduces. As a child, most of the time you will be crying only because you are mostly in truth. And when you see everybody around you not aligning with you, you just have no language at that time, so you just cry. Later
That's
on, we
the
learn to stay away from truth and we suppress the crying.
that's why I feel like whenever I'm
Hmm.
like very vulnerable and
Yeah.
I speak out my vulnerability, I speak out my flaws, and I
Hmm.
feel the odd one out. I mean, people would tell you, I feel like people do not want to
Hmm.
hear these things. No, they want you to
Yes.
act strong,
Ah.
someone who is holding on to everything,
Hmm.
like not just self, but also families, friends, everything like that. That beats perfect thing, but I'm not
Yeah.
that, and I feel
Keep.
like,
But
am
this is
I
for
being
you,
bad? Am I
Swastika.
falling for
Remember, you don't have to expose it. You don't have to tell anybody. Nobody will understand. They will judge because it's normal state of human being, not because somebody is wrong or anything. But this is for you to notice. This is for your inner work. Accepting your perfection in that vulnerability is the key. ठीक है? So this is very
Ah.
important what you're sharing for your growth, but don't make yourself a weaker person. Don't feel that you
Mm,
are weak. Accept it as part of growth.
And also remember that the social norms are to behave in a certain fashion when you are with others, right? And what you are doing actually, you are acting. Acting means what? You are hiding the truth. That is what acting is, right? You are acting like something else, someone else, which you are not. So, in a social setup, people hide their information. They act, they will be smiling, yeah, how are you? Very, very nice, very good with everybody, right? The truth is inside them, they have so much pain they are carrying, but they are hiding it. So, in a social setup, know that everybody is hiding something. All of these people are not in truth. Nobody will ever cry in public because they are hiding. And by crying, truth will come out. And nobody wants truth to be known. Understand this. So, this is why certain social norms are there, certain patterns are there, because that wisdom, in the name of wisdom, they say hide everything, right? They
This is very
separate you
important
from truth.
what you're sharing, Shailesh, because we forget because we are living in that mind, right? And we think people around us is also like that. But um, remember that you are transitioning and it's very delicate stage, right? You don't
mm,
want to go 4 steps backward when you take 2 steps forward. So
Ah,
know that people around you is there to help you. It will help you to know your own beliefs and your own limitations, but don't judge them. And also, you don't have to expose. Here, you can say anything. Everybody is in that path, learning, exploring. It's the same journey. But outside, you will see your aspect where you do not align yourself with God's thought. Here, you are receiving those aspects in you that is aligned with God's thought. That is how you can differentiate the two. It's my aspect when life comes in front of me where I'm aligned with truth and where I'm not aligned with truth. That's the easiest way to see. So now, because this chapter where the bedtime practice come, this reminds me all the time that all the love that I'm receiving is my creation. All that I'm not receiving or I'm not able to see is my things to align to God's thought.
Yeah, I think I still need to like process this thing
Mm.
because it's where I get off balance. It's where I have
Mm.
this tussle. Like, where am I? Where are my foots? And
Yeah. You will learn
and
that
also,
thing. The very need to
yeah,
align with people outside will change.
yeah, it was.
You, I remember one thing very, very clearly. The people that are there around you are there based because of your thoughts. They are only reflecting your pattern, right?
Mm,
So if you are with people who with whom you don't resonate, in your conscious mind you don't resonate, but they are around you, that means what? Inside you, you have contradiction. Your subconscious versus your conscious are not in alignment. In your subconscious, something is sitting which is not aligned with your conscious. Conscious is shifting now. Because of all this you are doing right now, you are sitting in these sessions, understanding, learning, all that is getting in your conscious mind. Consciously, you know that this is what is truth, right? But in your subconscious, there is something totally contradictory sitting there, which your environment shows you constantly. Remember that we are there. So, in our future chapters, when we work on the subconscious, your environment will change without you saying anything. You don't have to do anything because now your new subconscious is going to appear in your reality. I have gone through it several times over. So, as we shift within, environment shifts automatically. So for now, just don't be concerned about it. Just stay quiet because you are in transition, like Preeti was saying, be cautious and careful that when you are with people, just be like them. And if your conscience doesn't permit acceptance, just keep quiet, right? Notice that this setup is coming from inside me, so I have something in me, right? That's where you just think about whenever you are with people, just focus there. Okay, what within me is bringing this experience to me? And to that extent, right? Later on, when we reprogram our subconscious, eventually everything around will be nothing else but experience of God qualities. That is how life will become. So, why? Because then your subconscious will be aligned with your God qualities. That's it. As simple as that.
Remember on the experiences, not the people.
Mm.
People will be same, but your experiences will be different. Right? So that is where you are working, and with your thoughts only, you will start recognizing.
Okay,
and about,
good.
oh, yeah.
I have learned it by looking at many times in my initial journey itself, that everybody was trying to remind me my truth. I don't know myself. That is what the message I was getting. And mostly people are insulted or blamed. You don't do this or like that. Means I don't know myself. So they're trying to help me to go find yourself, find your truth. Many people say that I get this label, I didn't do this, but they're saying this. I didn't do this, but they're saying this about me.
Mm.
And that comes from because I don't know myself. So they're trying to help me go find out who else can help you. So they are the good ones, wonderful people. Remember chapter 6? They're trying to help us, and it's like we are stuck in people, so it takes a little while to take further step. But with this setup, the kind of sharing that we have been doing, I think it will be, I mean, I would take it enormously how it's been helpful so far with every sharing.
Suggestion that I can make, this is for everyone, huh? That, like I was telling Jasmeet ji, that don't call them child anymore. They are adults, right? So call them either by their name or as a person, right? Same thing when you talk about people around you, replace the word people with actors. Call them actors. Your entire experience will change.
Bhade ka tattu.
Body
I have to make payment.
They are all your employees and they are actors. So just in your mind thinking also, think of them as actors. And you will see such a big stress relief. You will have no stress.
Yeah, sometimes in tense situation, I say, okay, I know that you have come to offer me a service. Now I disallow. I don't allow you to offer me your service anymore now. Yeah, that that little thought has awareness has come. And today, when I was comprehending on God's thought, like God's thought was very not there is no definition of God's thought, right? And then I remember, okay, sky, the colors of the sky, and all the trees, the biodiversity, everything. So it's all God. It's the thought of God, right? So how magnificent God's thought is, no? Like that gave me a glimpse
Perfect.
of God. What you can think of God's thought, and
Ah, so good. You are so intelligent. I love it. Very good.
Abhi, you will learn more in part 2 and 3. What is God thought? You will be creating those for yourself.
mm,
But yes, but your understanding is absolutely on dot. Absolutely
mm,
on dot. Your understanding is clear.
She's very
Yeah.
intelligent, Shailesh. She has
Hmm,
very
hmm.
clear questions and she figures out things very quickly.
Yes. Excellent.
mm.
So just keep doing what you are doing. You are doing it correctly. Just keep going. Ups and downs will be there. Don't worry. Just take all the downs and ups with the same um, acceptance. I love the good and also I love the bad. Both are same for me.
So
Yeah.
as I'm listening to
And so
Swastika
next
again, I'm
time
getting
you,
my
yeah, yeah. Next time you meet
please
your
go.
mom in your mind, don't think it's mom. Think it's actor. Try it. I'm telling you, you will have fun.
It is so liberating because I'm in that state where I consider everybody as my friend. No labeling of relationship anymore. So inside my heart, I keep that because that helps me release many of my beliefs or
Ah,
perception about the other people. But as I'm remembering initially, how in my initial journey of this path, what I wanted to share, I forgot. It will come when you will say again. It will come. Just don't think. Yeah. This is what I wanted to share. That when I'm coming out of something, I'm totally into it. So I'm just thinking about that all the time. So this is for everybody. And now also you can try this. If you are struggling with this week, particularly this week, we are getting a lot of thoughts that is not in tune with God's thought. So write them down, free yourself up, go out and then start collecting the good things, the way you look at sky, the way you meet people, greet, count abundance, count love, count blessings, count the support that you have. That is one part of you that is hurt, but make another part very actively engaged in collecting those golden nuggets that is present already. So it shifts our experience totally. And the pain that I was feeling a lot initially, it will subside. It will drop. It will be minimal. And you will shift your outer reality also very easily. Many people say that, this people is torturing me all the time. When I see this, I'm getting this kind of frustration all the time. So you're busy in that all the time. So you're creating that all the time. Take your time out from there. There's another part of you. There's another life in you. And look at them. This is very crucial for each one of us, especially when we are going in the tough time. And I learned this from, again, Louis say that gratitude is the easiest way to center, right? So start seeing what you have instead of the other part that is hurt. That is there, keep it aside and work here.
Okay. Thank you, Swastika. Thank you. Kumarji, yes, you can unmute.
Atmavandan.
Atmavandan.
Satsang amazing every day. I'm thinking to forward to backward. I have few things to share. One thing is Swastika. I'm looking at you. You are a bilingual teacher. Think about yourself teaching in Nepali and English.
And Hindi too. She knows Hindi.
Yeah, she knows Hindi too? Okay, three bilingual. So whenever you think to your question, think about three different ways. Understood yourself, understand yourself, and explaining the other people the same way. You know, you have to be multiple role. You have a huge responsibility. It's God chosen to be here. Okay, Swastika. I love it. So how you get progress, how you understand, and you are Gen Z, young generation. We love to be here. I love to have you here. Okay, huge responsibility. Day one, I noticed you are the teacher. So there's a role, student role and teacher role, two different things. So explaining to make the other people understood correctly. That's a different set of skill. So you can, and you can, yeah, we have plenty time, and you have already done it. Thank you so much. And then Jayaji sharing her experience, amazing. I mean, I noticed the same way. Last year we did it together, right? Because adding value, the exercise, this is a huge, and 24 days our heart centering practice, and the book it's next level. I can express the word. There's no way of expressing the by word. Okay, and Saliji mentioned the crying, so true. But the social taboo, I don't know, the Western country, they same refer as a male cannot cry. आप मर्द cry नहीं कर सकते हो, right? This make you taboo out South Asia. But I don't know, these people do the same thing. I never asked, never experienced. You see, they cut off the social emotion, you know, they have to go through, you know, when the male become a small child, they can understand. If they start crying, they stop, make them right away. They make them stop to not to cry, right? How they, you know, but this is the crying is the first language. It's so amazing. Thank you so much, Shailaji.
Thank you.
Shailaji, you mentioned another one as today, the love and light is God. We're sending the God. And A plus B plus B equals C, but we missed the C, right? But this is exactly, that's so good, you know? You can say love and light, you can say God, it's exactly the same thing. So amazing. This today's nugget, that's amazing. And I just want to go to Jasmeet ji. And as Shailesh mentioned, over the, you know, last few years, becoming good parent, understanding the about the parents kids relation. I have a two boy, the same, no different. I'm also learning. I'm in your shoes as well. Okay, Jasmiji. So I would like to share one thing, my experience. So even if you being the hardest space, this is a complete solution. If you become a hardest space and the love and light, that's the 100% 100 mark, right? Even sending love and light, but you are not feeling it it doesn't work. It has to be, it's like a quantum entanglement. You have to look at the quantum entanglement. You have to think about the energy. If you're not completely feeling yourself, even though your son is miles away, he's going to affect it. You have to experience. I experience it. You don't have to be in a few miles, 100 miles. He's going to experience. In the same household, you have to completely surrender, understood. It takes time. It took years to me. As I see it, we are still learning, right? It takes time. In anyone says and apply, it doesn't work that way. You have to boil
Let's say
down to
exploring, not learning. We are just exploring. No more learning.
exploring, right?
And what
And
we are doing is a lifelong practice. It's a lifestyle, as you remember, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there's nothing that makes us less in any way. Nobody is more or less. That feeling is so different, because many times people say, "Okay, I did last year, then I did this year." I've trust us. We are doing fourth time along with you. So
Yeah.
why to judge with that? Okay, I didn't do it well or right last time. It's the depth. The book has such quality. It has that depth that you can explore as much as you can. And such a good companion if we have, how our life would be. It won't seek answer outside. Nobody not dependent on anybody, but being a light, we can live this life. And I'm so happy of freeing of being judged, judging others or judge yourself. If you free yourself, you don't judge what you are writing today in this particular week, you are embracing that quality, and that you will see you are living slowly and gradually. So not even, this is particularly the 7 days of practice, one chapter is not just like that. It's for us to become that. How much effort and thought has been put behind this concept. I'm just amazed every time I have to say this.
Thank you so much, Priti. Jasmine, your son is one of us. He's a God too. Don't forget. And you are many. You're trying to protecting you sending to make them weakness, right? He's complete. He has experience, right? And in order to be harmony and taking care all of us, is being heart center first. Baby step, just baby step. Don't be running. We don't have to do marathon. Just baby step will be fine. And we are no different than you. Don't be
It's
fearful.
our journey. No, they're doing their journey anyhow. You are
Yeah.
reminding, like sharing again and again about Jasmeet ji. I remember one of my son's teacher. She was a very such a noble person, and she also had two kids, one bigger boy and a younger girl. Younger girl did what mother is doing, teaching. She learned that profession and she is doing it. But the older one was different. All the life she was worried what he will do. And at the age of 38 or somewhat, what he is doing? Where is his happiness? He is growing vegetables, that too in a volunteering work. That is what his food is. He has no girlfriend, mom is worried, and he does support some NGO. That is what he is giving his life to. But all the life,
Yeah.
the mom is worried that what he's been up to. I don't know what he's going to do in his life. When it comes to our children, we can't accept it. So we don't know what the plan is, and there are many such kids in this generation. I know they want to be in a black room because they don't see the light that they have inside. Outside there is only darkness. And with this love and light, the practice that we are doing, we can bring that light outside. We can show them that no, what you're seeing is not correct. It's partial truth. Go and see what you are here for. And that comes from my own intention, not from my worries. Cannot never help. Yeah. And what we are here to do, we will do. One day finally we will reach there. But there will be only the journey and the time. That path will be there, that walk will be there. And we will keep creating experiences one after the another. And that's the beautiful part of life. It's a teacher, guided, fully guided, planned, well planned, with actors and actresses.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. The actor
Yeah.
part is, this is another nugget for today. You see, that's the real nugget.
See, the I would call it more like a universal error that parents do is that um, we kill our children with protection. There is a story, there's a beautiful story in Hindi which I read in my school days by Munshi Premchand. He is a very famous writer. Munshi Premchand has written a lot of short stories, and one of the stories was in our syllabus, and I have never forgotten it. The title of the story was Raksha Mein Hatya. It's a story about two little boys, young boys, very small boys, and about their experience in the courtyard of their house during summer vacation, right? And that story, if you can probably internet it, and it will definitely be there on the internet. You can read the story. The good thing, the lesson that we learn is in our intense desire to protect, we can potentially kill them. So this is basically there was a bird nest in their courtyard, and a bird had eggs given eggs there, and these children were patiently watching that when will the little things will come out, and then we will play with them, right? And so one day the eggs hatched and the little ones came out. And during the daytime, it was a lot of sun there. It was a sunny day, and one of the little babies fell from the nest to the floor, and the bird had gone to fetch food. So these boys, they ran to protect that little baby. Oh, let us put this baby back in the nest, right? And when they were doing that in the process, the bird, when it came, it was able to sense that something has happened to the child. It rejected that child and threw it out of the nest. And that child died. So the intention was so good. The children were full of love for that little one, right? But the nature did not allow it. Nature was not aligned there. That story has touched me so deep that I always remember that protection is not always good. Be careful when you are trying to protect. And our natural instinct of protecting the child should remain till the child is a child. Beyond that child, it becomes independent. You don't have to do it. The bird needs to fly out of the nest automatically. That's how nature is. We interfere with nature. The sun is, I know one of our participants in the Hindi group, the son is 50 plus, and the father attends our program. He is 75 plus. And he says he doesn't listen to me. Think about it. A 50-year-old person has the ability to think and do things of their own, their life, right? We still feel they are a child. They need to listen to me. So we have not changed. We have got stuck in time. That stickiness in time has to be removed. We got to set ourselves free. It is our own freedom that we need, right? The child will do whatever they need to do anyway, but we need to free ourselves from that. That is so important. So um, just remember that story when we were talking. So thank you, Kumarji. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Grace ji. Yeah.
Yes, good morning, Shailesh ji, Preeti ji, and everyone else there. First of all, Preeti ji, I'm going to use that word, bhade ka tattu, and you know where, maybe in my mind or whatever. But
ऐसा डिवाइस है ना, शैलेश जी करते हैं। इट्स हिज लास्ट ईयर का तकिया कलाम।
अच्छा, वैसे this is the fact, you know. We all are like that for each other, right? Bhade ka tattu. Yeah. The second thing I was saying that, you know, when we send the love and light, I've seen that things change so like, you know, right away, and things calm down and everything. But then deep down, if I think about that, who is changing? Like, if I'm sending love and light to my son, to my husband, to my daughter, it's me. It's my perception is changing. Is my perception is changing to see the difference somewhere else. Maybe I'm starting to radiate that way, the love and light, but it's me who's changing. It's not, they are not changing. Maybe my acceptance is changing, and that's how the situations are changing. So, and we try to like tell our kids, like, do this, do that, because my ego part is saying what they're doing is wrong, but what I'm asking them to do is the right things. They should be doing that because I'm their mom, no matter if they're 30 years old or 20 years old. But yeah, I did some changes in me in that way too, taking my son, and I noticed that it changed like right away. But deep down, it's my journey. I'm the one who's changing, and maybe my son's or someone else's son's soul plan is something else. So if I'm sending love and light, I'm changing myself to accept their soul plan, no matter what it is. Whether it's like, you know, being a some big man, or not being a big man, or not having a girlfriend, or, you know, whatever. If their soul plan, and if I'm sending love and light to them, I'm actually changing myself, that I'm accepting them. And that's how they change,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, and also by sending love and light, you are supporting their plan. You are not just letting them follow the plan, but also supporting it by giving the energy of alignment, right?
Hmm.
So you are
And it
supporting
is
that
not,
plan to become true.
and it is not
Yeah,
to no manipulate thing. It is not to change thing, to change somebody. It is just a guiding tool for me. When I don't know what to do, I just send love and light. I don't know
yeah,
what is right
yeah, me
wrong.
too.
So I keep myself from that mind thing and I do that. So that is for me to
Okay.
remember to be love and light, and before I send love and light, and then not to manipulate other, not to change, control. There is no such intention. Just trust. That it's a
Yeah,
total
and I
practice of
noticed that.
unified. Hmm.
Yeah, and I noticed that when I send love and light to my son, and and why I say that, it changed me rather than change someone else. Then he would come and say some, what I used to do when he's coming and saying something to me, mom, this and that, I would right away start teaching him. No, you know, you can do this, do that way, do that. But then I realized, when he's saying something, I should respect that, and that came not not from my wisdom or anything, but I think when I started sending love and light, I realized right away, before I could speak, oh yeah, whatever he's doing, I need to support that, as Shailash just said. So instead of putting my views that, you know, because I'm your mom, I'm advising you, so you do this, I say, yeah, sure, why not do that? So it's me who changed by sending love and light. It's me who changed how to handle the situation, and not to fear and leave it alone, and just support with his or anyone's journey. So yes, that's magic wand, I would say.
This will
Love and
take you
light.
Right.
to that I am love and I am light. This will take you to
Yeah.
that experience. Right now, I've seen many times, when I have to do it manually, then I think, okay, I need to integrate it more
Hmm.
because I have to do it manually for each person. I
Hmm.
send love and light.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just be love and light? Right? So that is the transition again. It's a good stepping step. And the more you will do it, one day you will say, okay, कितना बार बार सबको भेजना है, मैं ही बन जाती हूँ. Actually,
Wow.
ultimately, it is
Yeah.
for that only.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's so good. Yeah. So even
So
if you say that or you think that you become love and light, so no matter where you're walking around, we are only spreading love and light. That's amazing.
yeah,
No
correct.
filter, no condition. That's the point.
Yeah,
The chapter number 1 says, "Love, I am love and light." But how to live it? You give it and take it, then you experience it. Then you walk it, walk it,
yeah.
walk it, and then one day you become it. So that's the end of Unified.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
I will bring the session to a close by
Yeah.
telling you guys a joke. The same story of Munshi Premchand in the form of a joke. Okay, so that you go with a nice mood. So the joke is there was this young man, young, handsome, tall person. Uh, his friend asked him one day, "Well, you are growing up so handsomely. Why are you not getting married? Is it because of my mom?" And he said, "What? What is your mom doing that you can't get married?" He said, "My mom always prays that I want my son to be always happy." So
Wow.
this is Raksha Mein Hatya.
Yeah.
So do not wish happiness for your son, otherwise he won't get married.
He is happiness. बाबा जी का जोक उसके ऊपर है. He is happiness.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So thank you for this beautiful session. And yeah, let's get together tomorrow again and continue. Please do go through
Oh,
the
we forgot to
the
go through the
workbook.
activity
Yeah.
workbook today.
Yeah. Now it's quite
We'll do
quite
it
late.
tomorrow. No worries.
Yeah, we
Everybody
can do it
when
tomorrow.
they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you,
Thank
Master.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Neha ji, for a beautiful session today as well.
Neha ji left. We'll have to communicate later.